just what I do. I am not a banker. I am not a Wall Street guy. I'm not a cryptocurrency trader. I am not a computer guy that really knows everything about computers or cares about any of those things. What I do care about is justice. I do care about right and wrong. I do care about my family. I do care about my country. I do care about my work. I work a lot. I work a lot. And I don't particularly want to save my money in the US dollar because it's been going down in value for 100 years. Can you blame me? You know, save your money and invest in something that that loses value over time, guaranteed, and probably is going to lose a lot more. I'm like, yeah, no thanks. So, how do I value cryptocurrencies? I'm not warped like any of the people that I mentioned at the outset of the video. I mean, there's a lot of people that are motivated by greed and the lust for money, or get rich quick, or, you know, flipping houses, you know, whatever this stuff. I just go to work. I like what I do. I don't care if I'm rich or poor. I mean, the way I look at it, money is like oxygen. You know, you don't realize how important it is until you don't have any. You know. But I've got enough to where I can take my kids out on the river, go fishing, and you know, I've got enough. I'm content. But I'm looking for a good investment vehicle. I don't want to give my money to a mutual fund, to where you have a mutual fund manager who is siphoning money, you know, by managing the stuff, by managing stocks and bonds and stuff like that, and really what they're doing is they're just keeping it in the market so the market stays afloat. You know, they're not, in my opinion, they're not really doing any analysis. They're just taking a percentage of my money. I don't want you to, sorry. You know, and I know I should just keep my money in there all the time. Yeah, well, I don't buy it, so I don't like mutual funds. I think most of the things in our system, in the current financial system, are rigged, and rigged to a degree that I think it'd be mind-boggling if we really knew how bad it was. So how do I value cryptocurrencies? Well, Bitcoin was the first one. I think it probably took Satoshi by surprise at how it's been accepted. I would imagine. But maybe not. But who knows? But anyways, it is being accepted. And Litecoin was right on the heels of Bitcoin. It was like the second one. And Charlie Lee, the guy who created that, wanted to make silver to Bitcoin's gold. That's an awesome concept to me, because how do you value cryptocurrencies? And I use those too as my main meters in the cryptocurrency space. So what? And then I use basic principles of investing. You know, the stuff that a financial advisor would tell you. You know, dollar cost average, invest for long term, what are your goals, and all this stuff. My goal is to retire someday, you know, and not necessarily retire. I mean, I just want life on my own terms. I still drive a truck. If I had $10 million, I'd still be out driving a truck. I'd have a different truck. But no, you know, I'd have a flatbed with a Conestoga, one of them rollback tarps, and I'd be on the back playing my guitar. You know, I might pick in the middle and take it across the country, and who knows what I'd do. Throw a motorcycle on the back and get out to California and what is it, Highway 1 or whatever, 101. But I wouldn't be working near as hard as I am now. But I don't mind working. I like what I do. So a dollar cost average into Bitcoin and Litecoin. And I don't really, I pay attention probably to this space more than people like me. So I'm a little warped, and I understand that. I don't do anything halfway. I'm all in or all out, And, well, not all. And I'm not saying I'm not one of these guys that puts everything into Bitcoin and Litecoin. But I can tell that the cryptocurrencies are going to change the world. All right? And the way I look at it, Bitcoin and Litecoin are accepted globally already. Ethereum is mainly centered in New York, maybe in Europe. But I don't see Ethereum in Asia too much. I don't see it in Russia too much. And Ethereum has some major problems. And really the main problem is, I think it's R3. There's a consortium of US Bank, USB, Deutsche Bank, and a bunch of these banks and Wall Street guys, and they want their own blockchain. They don't want to have to use Bitcoin and Litecoin, basically because they can't argue with it and they can't control it. The only way they can control it is by throwing a lot of money in it, and they don't want to do that because, for whatever reason, you can figure that out. But they want to create their own. And a lot of these traders, these slick dude traders, the guys that are out there sitting in their underwear in mom's basement, thinking that they probably are making a lot of money. Heck, I don't know. I'll warn you right now, if you're a trader and you're going to make a lot of money, man, the IRS is going to be down on you, or any kind of tax authority any place. As soon as you really have some money, and they're going to take a big chunk of it, and you ain't keeping track, and look out. But I have never sold anything. I buy and hold, and I only buy Bitcoin and Litecoin, and I buy more Litecoin than I do Bitcoin because I like it. Because one thing you do to be a successful investor that I've come to understand, I am a little warped. I'm a truck driver. I am Joe Sixpack, but I pay attention to investing and stuff like that. One thing you do is you try and do something that everybody else ain't doing. Everybody right now is running into Bitcoin and Ethereum and Dash and all that stuff. I'm sticking with Litecoin. I like the gold and silver. Once you get out of that gold and silver ratio, or that Bitcoin Litecoin ratio, and you start going into Dash, or you start going into Ethereum, that's when I see the big gamble is beginning. Because just like with Ethereum, somebody siphoned off $60 million, and nobody really even understands what this Ethereum is. Barely anybody understands what Bitcoin and Litecoin are. But I don't really want to venture out. I'm not opposed to the idea of what the developers of Ethereum want to do. I am opposed that the Ethereum Foundation rewards 12% of the supply to the developers. 12% of the supply. So welcome your new overlords, the techno guys at Ethereum. They are, probably, some of the most wealthiest people in that sphere. It's just like, do you think people are that stupid? You're talking to Joe Sixpack here, and I see it. I don't want Ethereum. You could come out with Ethereum 2.0. I don't want that either. Just because after Bitcoin and Litecoin, people see the potential here, and they all want to control it. And believe me, now that Ethereum is, I understand that Ethereum, and I think this is going to bring Ethereum down more to a Ripple type level. And I guess Ripple is still working. Now, I actually thought a half a cent for a Ripple token, that to me is an acceptable level because it is in subject to Litecoin. A half a cent. Okay, yeah, I'll take $50 and I'll put that on a paper wallet and I'll forget about it. Good luck to you guys. But when you're saying an Ethereum, an Ether is 2 to 3 times the value of a Litecoin, Litecoin is by far a much more fair cryptocurrency to me. And I don't care about the guys from Goldman Sachs, Dr. Costa. Dr. Costa is like Joseph Lubin. He or she, I don't even know. They really keep these Goldman Sachs people quiet down there at Ethereum. Joseph Lubin, he's kind of out there, but Dr. Costa, I was trying to find out who else was at Ethereum from Goldman Sachs, and Dr. Costa is another one. Don't know the first name, don't know if the man or woman, don't know anything about them, but they worked at